Hi and welcome. I make this video and I want to make this video for you, and you want to change your career into maybe some other IT related career. You know, I'm more or less going to talk about IT security, cybersecurity, whatever you want to call it, career paths you can call them. But in general, I want to give a talk about, you're already in your IT career. You may be already doing something. You're already in a job, but you feel that that kind of job is, well, you've been there for quite a while, and no new challenges for you. You just basically take the bus, the ride, the train, the car, the bike, the walk every day, maybe from home, to go and do your job. And when you get home, you're kind of empty in a way, and you feel like, you want to do something more. So I want to say that, even though that I'm not, well, should this be about age or something? I'm 41, and around 9 years ago, I was at that kind of position. I had this IT something career. I have been taking different kind of IT educations, 2 of them actually, and I want like, what is it that I want to do now? So I started out as as a webmaster, I think it was. I implemented code on the web page, mainly HTML, CSS, JavaScript, redesign stuff, reading PHP code, redesigning whole systems, that's really what I did back then. It was a lot of work, a lot of stupid work you can call it, but it was the way it is. Then I got some more program-orientated jobs where I did some more code. And, then I was at this point where I started figuring I want to do something different. And for many, I think it's very normal when you have these kind of careers. It takes like 5 to 10 years for you to make the new jump to a new career level. That new career level can be based upon, different kind of things like education, interest for you, of course, what you're gonna do. Do you want to do the same thing your whole life? Do you want to have new challenges? Is that something for you? Does it sound interesting? I'm just saying that all I'm offering in this video is a perspective, my reflections. Maybe it will make you reflect a bit more if this is what you want. So if you're looking for a career change, well, this is definitely a video where we can talk about it. So I just really want to say that, what do you want to do? Because I kind of decided I want to go into IT security, and I kind of started to feel the interest for IT security back in 2000 and around 10, I think it was. So that's around 12 years time ago. From that time to now, a lot of things changed. The IT security business, the IT security area is changed totally, and it's a brand new area of opportunity. And I would like to talk about that opportunity. The opportunity of IT security these days is that there is a great need for people that can go in and do governance. So if you can go ahead and do some governance for a company, meaning that you will be the one, or as a part of a team, to control and plan how to implement different kind of security things in your organizations, like what should the developers do, how should the reception, what do you call, act if there's some sort of mysterious stranger at the gate or get some phishing email. Everything needs to be implemented from the hierarchy, from the top leader. I'm sorry for the noise, there's some fireworks in the background. It's also very close to New Year, so just want to say, hope it's alright, not too loud. So already just from the top-down approach, as is what are the governance, security, implementation, opportunity career path is all about. Basically, it's like you start with some organizational aspects and do some security policies, and then you do some security assessment, asset verification. You select an amount of security controls to mitigate to a certain point where you can have like a risk acceptance or risk neutral. So meaning that you accept this kind of risk there is, or level of the risk, and then so on. But all that is really more like a planning job, really doing the actual technical part. That is the thing when people talk about governance versus technical job, like soft jobs versus technical jobs. When I say soft jobs, I do not mean software. I mean jobs that doesn't require you to do technical stuff, but jobs that require you to connect people, to make them communicate, to make them understand what is needed for the organization to survive in this highly hackable universe called the internet. I want to say that it's a really thing. It's a big thing. It's a big. If you wanted to go into the IT security area, I would any day of the month recommend you to choose the soft part, like the governance part, the IT security area that require you to do CISSP certifications, the CISMC certifications, different kind of certifications that is required for an organizational implementation security expert. All these kind of weird titles, whatever you can call CISO, that's like the chief, but there's so many titles out there that work with this, and the pay is really good. I would say, depending on where you're from, if it's a private company or if it's like a public organization, the salaries can be very different from each other. Let me just say, they can be like $100,000s of dollars different a year, depending on how you look at it. I know I'm talking in dollars, but it's just difficult, in English not to talk about. I could say, when I say English, I could say pounds. I should really say in American because I said dollars, but that's the funny part. So yeah, I definitely want to say that if you have this IT degree or something, and you have some IT education, what now should definitely be in the area of, I would go ahead and do governance. That is really what I want to say is the biggest deal you can go ahead and do. Now, other career paths in security, of course, could be talked about, and I would say there's also need for pen testers. Of course there is, but everyone want to be a pen tester, and that's the problem. Everyone want to be have the fun job, like where you pen test the system all day long, and why do we call it the fun job? Now, I think it originates from the idea of some boys, when they think, like when you take a stick and hit the bush outside, you're angry, you're gonna smash that bush, right? Yeah. So when you're gonna hack a server, you're basically destroying something. It is very normal, and I of course can only talk about the school where I work, but it's very normal to see that the guys want to do pen testing, and the girls want to do governance. That is very normal. The reason for that can be, of course, for many different kind of areas of explanation. Not something that I'm gonna dive into in this video, but of course I do have my suspicions of what you're gonna talk. But I'm not gonna make this a mystified thing. So it's not a mystified thing. It is very normal, that particular gender choose to do the one thing and the other thing. When I say gender, I mean boys and girls, not anything else. So that is a general way of saying it. So, and of course, it's very difficult not to give examples without being, either very general or either very specific. So I have to choose one of the two. So all that doesn't really matter because there is a need for both. What we really need to focus on in society is to make sure that we have both areas covered in the IT security business. And at the moment, I would say the ratio is probably 30 to 1. Where the one part is the governance and the 30 part is the pen testing. That is not the best. I would love to see this bit different. Now, there is not the same amount of need for people in governance as the people in pen testing, and there is too many one interested in pen testing. I would really more like to see that it was like 8 to 1. That is the ratio that I think is reasonable. What is there's a need for? And the guys that's gonna do pen testing, let's say guys, I don't mean men or women, I just mean general people. As guys mean in American, I hope so. They could do stuff like technical implementations, they can do pen testing and stuff like that. So all that is within that, and the other governance part, the guys there, they can do all the governance stuff, Most of my videos on my channel is about, of course, this part here. But I'm gonna cover more of this part here. The problem is that I do have access to different kind of ISO standard documents. I cannot show them because they're licensed to me. So I cannot show, even though it's an international standard, and why is it not free? I just don't understand. In my eyes, release the standards so we all can use them. Make money on companies helping other companies to implement their security the right way. Of course, we're straying off a bit from the path of doing a career shift into IT security. So you started there, you maybe took some sort of education, or you're taking, and we want to talk about what now. Really, that is the core area of this video. I kinda hope that you already now listen to me talk for 30 minutes. If you got that far, congratulations. So if you got that far, please consider smashing the like button and leave a comment below. I really enjoy the comments of you guys. It's something that I enjoy, liking and replying to if there's anything to reply to, of course. Most of your comments is like, keep going, and I like that is a really good comment because it makes me keep going. I'm also really tired right now. I had a really hard workout day in the gym, so I would like to say I'm not the most awake person right now, but I am here at least. So what will I do in the future about the governance part? I do plan to do ISO stuff for my channel, the international ISO standard of the 27,000 family. Until then, I think this video should around be no longer than this. So really think about if this governance is something for you. If it's something for you, I definitely think you can go ahead and check the CISSP or the CISM certification. The CISM certification is more or less only the management part, and the CISSP is basically both technical and management at the same time. So it is more like a primer, if you're gonna call it that. Most people might say that why not just take the primer? Well, if it's needed, it's also more expensive, it's harder, it's longer, so there are many reasons not to take it. I wouldn't recommend the one or the other over each other. We just want to say choose the one that's gonna be for you. Over here at the pen tester part, just quickly trying to finish this video. There's so many, so I would say look for the OSCP. That is a okay, good exam. Or maybe go ahead and look for some CompTIA Pentest Plus. You know, look for stuff like Hack the Box and Try Hack Me, practice rooms, and just try and get a job that way. So if this is something, you know, that you felt you could use for something in your career, and it kind of gave you a general like hunch towards which road can you go in security, what is up, what is down. This video, of course, is more like a general video, not talking any specifics about different kind of job roles, what they're doing and stuff like that, because that is very not something that can be done. People, they just call the job roles whatever. You can have something like security analyst and you have no idea what you're doing. Are you doing offensive stuff? Are you doing defensive stuff? Are you implementing security? Are you talking to others? Are you selling stuff? Who knows, right? So really don't pay too much attention to the job title. Have the job interview and listen to what they say. What is it you're actually going to do? So I really hope you liked this video. It was kind of deep and reflective, and I really enjoy creating these videos for you guys because I think it's gonna hit a bit older audience than the other videos I do. And just want to say, really hope you have a nice day, and see you in the next time.